Good evening, everybody. Welcome to tonight's post-match press conference, joined first by Austin FC head coach Nico Estévez. As you guys know, please utilize the raise hand function to indicate you'd like to ask a question. With our timing for the bus, we'll go 2 questions per person. Phil, I see your hand up first, so we'll go ahead and start with you.
Hey Nico, tough loss tonight. I wanted to ask first of all about Evander. He's unmarked for both of those goal contributions. I'm sure that you had a game plan going into things, where you were obviously going to, defend him. You're aware, I'm sure, of his abilities. I'm just kind of curious as to what happened on those plays and kind of how you felt you handled him throughout the night.
Well, first of all, I think when you have to defend players like Evander, Messi, or that caliber of players, um, they they still doing plays, right? With against any team, And I think you've seen how many coaches have seen that they prepare something, but they're still scoring goals. Even today, they score Jordi Alba, Messi goal, and they have been doing this for the last 20 years. And even that you prepare for that, they find their ways, and this is why they are different caliber of players. They are different for that. Um, I think it's true that in the two goals, and in the first goal, he was unmarked because it was a very quick play. It was that a play that we were winning the ball. Sabovic was winning the ball, but the ball connect to the opponent, and the ball went to them, and then they just play quick, and we didn't have time to react to that situation. This is why he was unmarked. It was more, I think, more to be honest, to be a little bit more through. Uh, be maybe not trying to control that ball and maybe clear the ball or something like that will help to us. In the second, his mark. He's with and the player. What he does is amazing. I mean, what he does is amazing. The guy that scored the goal, he was unmarked. He was unmarked, but he was with one player in front of him, and he did with the outside of the foot. Like there is, I don't think how many players that they can, that they can do that, and I think you can say like this game was win for a player, and a player made the difference in this game.
Yeah, I guess marked is in the eye of the beholder. So you're now 12-2 in the last four losses with play. I'm kind of curious as to what you came into this offensively. We were excited to see Biro
I lost
kind
you,
of position
Phil.
where he
I lost you,
Phil, the
Phil.
internet connection cut out
can you
for
hear
a
me
second.
now?
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
good. Just start over if you don't mind.
Do you have me
Yeah.
now? Okay. Yeah. So 12-2 in the last four losses, one goal from open play. But was excited to see Biru as, kind of a third fullback. I was kind of wondering what you were envisioning for him, if you saw him kind of more like Oriano is for Cincinnati as somebody who could kind of freely attack. I'm just kind of curious as to what you envisioned him doing throughout the night and, again, just kind of how that fit in with the overall, this kind of season-long journey of trying to get the offense activated.
I think the game plan was to build with 3 and 2. This is why we play with wingbacks. We play with Z and John Gallagher, and they did a really good job. They were very dangerous going offensively and getting crosses. And the idea is because they leave high 3 players, the 2 forwards plus Evander, and then we needed to control the transitions because they're very dangerous on transitions. A very difficult team to hold in transition, and having Vito is a center back, kind of like a size center back, kind of like a fullback center back that could also join the attack and provide some quality in the build up. And I think we saw how good he was on those actions, and also defending crosses, defending duels, defending situations where he could use also his speed. He did a very good job. And it was more like sometimes we were building more with 4 players. Now we were building with 3 because we wanted to add one more player forward in order to be more dangerous. And I think if you analyze a little bit the game, I think we had a really strong start. We had really good couple dangerous chances against them, and we conceded that goal. I think we immediately responded, and Brandon had an amazing chance. And at halftime, we talk about that some details that we could do better, but overall, we saw like one issue that we had in the first half. It was we were building well. We were breaking their first line of pressure well, but when we link up with the forwards, we weren't able to create and produce more crosses or produce more dangerous situations. Then we talked that in the halftime, and I think in the second half you could see right away we got the PK, we got a lot of crosses. I think we got 13 or 14 crosses in this game, and it was we were very close to win the game. Also with throw-ins and some other plays but a player changed the game, and we knew it's gonna be very difficult to come here. They were rested the whole week. We play on Wednesday and then we travel. And we knew it's going to be difficult, but I think the guys responded really well. Like with obviously we are very disappointed. We wanted to get something here. We wanted to win first, and if we couldn't win, we wanted to get a point because we really believe that we could have a good game here. And I think we had a good game, but we didn't get the result that we wanted.
Thank you, Phil. Colby?
Hey, Nico. The first sub wasn't made until the 70th minute. Kind of just take us through your thought process on the subs and when they occurred.
I mean, we wanted to win the game, and the guys were doing well. And when we saw that they lacked the energy that we needed, we made the subs. But we think, I think we were playing a really good game here. It was not need of any change there. And then when we thought that we needed, because we start losing a little bit of the energy, that we wanted to keep pressing them high to keep running in behind their back line and playing with speed. Then is when we made the subs, and I think that they help us to almost get what we wanted. We made the subs in the moment that we think it was the ideal, and we created enough chances when the subs were there to in situations to score a goal and tie the game. This is what I think.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Colby. Moises?
Question for you again on subs. Timing wise, it seemed from watching the broadcast that there was a bit of a delay in terms of getting your first pair of subs on. Have there been issues this season in getting your subs who were ready and waiting on the sideline onto the field?
No, it was tactical. It was tactical. It was the moment was when we were defending set pieces, corner kicks, and we don't want to do subs when we are defending set pieces because the new player, come a little bit from the outside. He doesn't have that focus yet. And usually in the world of soccer, you don't do subs when the team is defending, because there is a lot of cases where there is some confusion. A new player comes in, has to tell the other guy maybe if he has switched his mark or his position in defending. Then with that confusion, the opponent take over. The other thing is when we wanted to do the sub, the referee forgot about it, and then let the opponent to play quick. Then it came another corner kick, and then we didn't want to do it, and another corner kick, and we didn't want to do it. And when we got it was a foul, I think, in the box, then we did the subs. And
in
that
terms of,
led
sure, go ahead.
for the subs.
in terms of player management, knowing that you have all of these fixtures to deal with, having Brandon and Mirto playing most of this game, balancing who you were bringing in when, can you give us some of the logic of the choices that you made in terms of the subs that you brought in for this game, looking ahead to two back-to-back home matches against Atlanta and Vancouver? Was there any consideration given to who you're resting, who you're putting a lot of miles on the tires of?
I mean, we want to put the best team on the field, and we decided for this game we wanted to change. I told everyone from the beginning we are still in the process of learning how we can be the best team, the best Austin FC. We still have to keep growing on that and find the right way. And we thought against this team and playing away and with the fatigue with some of the guys in the rotations. We have Mikkel Dessler injured. Then John Gallagher cannot have a lot of rotation. Then we rotate center backs. We give some rest to Julio Cascante in this game. Nico Dubersarski played the other day, and we give some rest. We had Ilya Fresh that he only played 30 minutes the other day, and Sabo 60 minutes. Then I think we go based on how we see the energy of the players and how fit they are to play, and if they can play at the highest level. Brandon has recovered very well. It was a special place to play also for him. Mirto has recovered really well, and I think the way that we try to play is a way where we feel also that we can grow and we can be a good team, to play, and we can have good performances as we show today.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Moises. Noah?
Thank you.
Evening, Nico. Just in this stretch of May where it seems to be 3 games a week every week, I was wondering from a coaching perspective what it takes to get success on the field when it seems like you guys just can't get that many days off in a row.
Well, it takes a lot of hours not sleeping, a lot of work, but we love this job. We love this way to do things. I can't wait to start. I already have started watching Atlanta, but to go dig more into them and see our game and see what things we did well, what things we can improve. But it's always difficult, but it's something that as we love, we do it in a always with the energy that we need, and with the challenges that we have right now. I think it's also um, a really really good time to embrace what is happened to us, and it's a really good moment to to take this as a challenge, as a something where we can get from here stronger, and we can be a better team. We can be mentally a better team also, and we can find the right way to do things. Obviously, you can win and lose games, and there is ways that you lose and ways that you win. And today, the way that we lost the game, it's better than the way that we lost in other games.
Thank you, Noah. Jorge, we'll wrap up Nico's section with you.
Nico, ¿cómo estás? Buenas noches.
Hola,
Nico,
Jorge.
una pregunta, cuando sacas a Brandon, me imagino ya lo dijiste, fue para descansar, pero ya perdiendo 2-1, haces el cambio de Brian y de Bucari y sacas al número 9 porque se tardó en entrar Rubio. ¿Cuál era la idea? ¿Quién iba a ser las funciones de 9?
No, CJ, desde que yo entré en el club, yo le cambié la posición a 9. Él alguna vez ha podido jugar al final del partido de extremo, pero me parece que tiene unas condiciones que estamos trabajando con él. Estoy encantado con el trabajo que hace, con esa envergadura que tiene, la velocidad, además finaliza muy bien. Eh, la verdad que nos viene muy bien para los momentos que tenemos que también dar descanso a Brandon. Nos da un desahogo porque es un jugador que también puede ser poderoso. creo que es un gran aprendizaje para él porque seguramente ha jugado con la mejor defensa en juego aéreo de la liga y ha tenido ahí problemas, pero teníamos confianza en él, ha estado cerca en varias ocasiones de poder conectar y bueno, al final aprendiendo se hace jugando. Entonces, jugando es como se aprende. Entonces, yo creo que si puede coger experiencias de hoy, que seguimos mejorando, yo creo que va a ser un jugador de futuro, ¿no? Para el club y que trabajando con él nos puede ayudar mucho.
Perfecto. Y acerca de, digo, todos los partidos, y yo creo que es muy lógico, muy entendible, dices que juegan bien y que juegan bien. Sumando 5 partidos, profe, tienes 4 derrotas. ¿Cómo podemos pensar que se juegan bien todos los partidos si sumamos 4 derrotas de 5?
No, mira, yo en Vancouver no dije que se jugó bien. En Houston dije que estábamos haciendo un partido muy parecido al que estaba haciendo Houston, que a lo mejor eh, no merecimos perder y que cometimos una serie de errores que nos pusieron en la posición de perder. Creo que contra Minnesota el equipo hizo cosas para no perder, pero perdió el partido. Eh, y no estábamos contentos, ¿no? Con la manera en la que perdimos ese partido, la manera que acabó ese partido, sabiendo que Minnesota es un muy buen equipo y que hoy lo ha demostrado contra Miami y al que ha goleado y que sabemos que no son rivales sencillos y fáciles, ¿no? Pero yo, por ejemplo, y creo que en muchas fases del partido hemos jugado de tú a tú a Cincinnati, hemos tenido el balón, hemos generado ocasiones, hemos controlado un equipo con un potencial tremendo, un equipo que ha ganado una MLS Supporters Shield y, y que está construido para eso, ¿no? Y yo creo que nosotros estamos en el camino de construir algo que nos haga orgullosos a todos, pero yo recuerdo que todos estos equipos han tenido también sus periodos de adaptación, de problemas, de no conseguir las cosas y yo creo que ellos han sufrido mucho, ¿eh? De hecho, yo creo que ellos eh, ha habido un momento que pensaban que podían perder el partido, ¿no? Entonces, yo no estoy diciendo que estemos jugando como el mejor equipo del mundo, porque no es así, pero sí que es verdad que hay fases del juego que son buenas y que hay que cogerse a eso, ¿no? Porque al final lo que tenemos que hacer es ser consistentes en eso y si somos capaces de hacerlo más veces, estaremos más cerca de ganar. Pero, por ejemplo, hoy, para mí, si seguimos en esta dinámica de la que hemos tenido hoy, yo creo que estamos más cerca de poder conseguir mejorando aspectos de los de hoy, el poder ganar que en otros partidos, ¿no? Y yo estoy de acuerdo contigo que no hemos jugado bien en otros partidos.
Gracias, profe.
De nada.
Thank you, Jorge. We'll wrap Nico's section there. Back in just a moment with John Gallagher.
Thank you, guys. Have a good night.
Hey, John. I'm sure it's not news to you that going into this match, expectations were a bit low statistically that you would come out with a win. But that said, I think that a lot of the reaction was, some level of being impressed that you guys held them to just 2 goals and that you held your own as well as you did in this game of sanding off the edges of finding the cohesion that we've talked to Nico about. What kinds of progress did you see out there as you were out there the whole time in terms of finding that level of cohesion that you guys have said that that you're able of getting to?
Yeah, that's good to hear because you obviously have your own opinion and feelings of the game, but you don't really know until you've probably come off the field and you get an idea of what the media thinks. You watch the game back, you get a bit better understanding of how it actually went. But my initial reaction was that there was a lot of positives, and really disappointed to not get a result. I thought we had really good moments, and yeah, probably 2 preventable goals. They just happened to be in the right places at the right time, and um, yeah, thought we deserved a point. I think that would have been fair.
Heading forward to Atlanta and then Vancouver on the back of that, how are you guys in the locker room managing your energy, managing your mental state, knowing that it's going to be a roller coaster ride no matter how the month of May plays out. What are you guys doing to to manage yourselves going into this back-to-back series of home matches?
Yeah, without being too cliche, I think just trying to take the positives. I think the reaction was less anger compared to other games where we've lost and more disappointment. I think there was points to be had today, and yeah, we were unfortunate not to get something. So try to take the positives. As I said, I thought we had a lot of good moments, and we're playing a team that's also struggling on Wednesday, so it's going to be a dogfight and important for both teams. Those are really valuable points, and May is a tough month, so we just got to keep going.
Thanks, man.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Moises. Colby?
Hey, John, just as Phil kind of alluded to with Nico earlier, on both of their goals seemed to be a bit of a just a lapse in marking on Evander and Valenzuela. Does that not by you, but by was that
Mm.
something maybe you guys saw as well in the field?
Yeah, it's they're a good team. They've got a really special player in Evander. I think he's so nonchalant in how he plays, but he comes up with these really special moments, and yeah, he's dangerous because you got to constantly keep an eye on him. And yeah, he picks up the ball in a good area twice and punishes us. We played a little bit of a different system today, and I think you saw the benefits of it going forward, where we created good chances, especially early on. Seems to be a theme where we're creating really good chances in early in the game, and but defensively, obviously, there's new rotations, and it was tough because so many games, it's hard to really train and get that I guess consistency amongst each other and familiarity.
And then just the toll, the physical toll that, this kind of schedule brings in May. I mean, can you kind of just take us through that? Like, especially for someone like yourself who played, I mean, you just played 90 minutes twice in 4 days. I mean, what's that like just as a player? And then you're about to go through it through the next 3 weeks too.
It's part of the job. It's the requirement. This is why we train hard. This is why we look after ourselves. This is why we put in the work in the off season, is that so we are available and ready to give it our all. Obviously, um, there's going to be bumps with certain guys. Every team's going to have people hurt, and it's about everybody being ready to play a part. And I think you see that we have to use a lot of players this month, and it's a good opportunity for a lot of guys to step up and show their worth. And we're going to need that because it's only going to get harder. I think you saw the physical demand of Wednesday, and again today, another big shift by a lot of guys. So yeah, being diligent, being professional, looking after ourselves. We're obviously not training a lot, so it's more about the recovery.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Phil, over to you.
Yeah. Hey, John. So you were talking a little bit earlier with Colby about playing a little bit of a different system. And obviously, you start with three fullbacks, and just wanted to kind of know, is that what you're talking about in terms of the different system? And just wanted you to elaborate a little bit on kind of what y'all tried tonight.
Yeah, I think we went out in a little bit more of like a five. Biro is obviously capable of playing like that left-sided center back role, and me and Z both like to attack. So I think it probably benefited our two forwards as well because they both I think they both like to kind of work off each other and stay central. So you play with two up top, and it was not so much to match them, but in a sense, yes, because they're so good at home and they're obviously so good in this particular formation the last few years. You've seen how consistent Cincy have been, and we obviously wanted to try and nullify that.
Okay. And then just looking forward to the Atlanta game on Wednesday. I mean, you obviously started in MLS there. You were a forward with Atlanta, and now you are a fullback with Austin. So just thinking about that journey and what is it like to play that team? Does that still have kind of emotional weight for you compared to, the other teams that you play?
Um, yes, I think yeah, I think Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think everybody will say that it's when you're going back to play your old team, there's obviously like a little bit of bite. There's a little bit of like a chip on your shoulder, you know. At the end of the day, they traded me, and yeah, wouldn't hold that against them. But obviously, it does mean a little bit more, especially when we went back in 22 and we beat them at their place. Like, it was good to get that first game out of the way because that's a really emotional one. I think the organization has changed a lot since I've been there, so probably won't have that like same emotional effect that it did back in 22 for me going back to my old home. Um, but it's a big game, and I think without getting too carried away, it's as I said earlier, big 3 points on the table for both teams.
Thank you, Phil. That's all the hands that I see up. So we'll go ahead and wrap tonight's media availability up there. Thank you all very much. Thanks, John, for joining us. Everybody, have a good rest of your night.